SQR podcast, Cole Rosenberg, rocking in on a beautiful night in our new studio here at the Art Factory in Paterson, New Jersey. Tonight, guys, as usual, as a matter of fact, let me say that there's nothing as usual in our experience. We have an epic guest in the house revisiting, I would say, coming back to share where they are, what's going on. But the fact that we're here sitting down today, our show is on a whole different ball game. We are appreciative of right now. And as I sit here with this guest, these beautiful green bottles. I want to let you know this show is sponsored by Heineken. At SQR Podcast, we drink responsibly, we talk responsibly, and as you know, the mantra of the show: educate, entertain, and encourage. That's what we do. Tonight, Nyugen Smith back in the house. Thank you so much for blessing us, my dude. You know what? And you brought I want to say your sidekick. You brought additional flavor to the meal today.
No doubt.
And who do we have with us today?
We got my brother, Dr. Smith.
What's up?
Dr. Smith, it's an honor to meet you. And like we normally
pleasure.
crack in the show, let's just lift up this beautiful,
All right, let's do it.
well-brewed green bottles.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Nyugen Smith.
Yes.
Visionary, revolutionary. I mean, the adjectives of what you do and what you're doing are numerous. Why don't you enlighten our guests what you do and how they can connect?
Yeah, so my name is Nyugen Smith, as you said. I'm an interdisciplinary artist. Means that I work across different medias. So I'm working with photo, video, performance art, paintings, drawings, and music. And this is the way that I choose to articulate my ideas, express my voice, and hopefully contribute something positive to the overall conversation in our time.
Amazing. You know, you're saying you mentioned that you're trying or you're beginning. My dude, the universe only understands two things. You're either doing it or you're not. And from our first show, you were doing it. Now it's on a different level because complementing the art is now some music.
Yep.
But before we get into that, I want to dabble back a little bit to a little bit of history and bring our new audience members up to who you are and what's going on. So, and then we're going to swing over to Dr. Smith and find out his addition to your movement and build from there. So why don't we do this? Let's go back to the beginning for a little bit. Let's talk about where you started and the influences that got you to where you are right now.
Ooh, where I started, I think it started from the time that I was really aware of my environment in terms of aesthetics. So growing up in Trinidad, seeing things created by the hand, so everyone in my family they're handy. So whether you were whether my uncle was in school, but like on the side he was carving wood. My grandfather built some of the furniture that we lived with in the home. My grandmom was like helping out the handy person in the backyard who was building the chicken coop out of found materials. All of that aesthetics was something that I was kind of raised with, and that took me into when I finally decided that I wanted to change my major from political science to art when I was in college. I was a sophomore. And that thing when you're sitting in a space and you realize that everything that's being discussed at that moment in time is something that you're not really that interested in. Right. And so I took 2 art classes the summer of my sophomore year, and it really changed my trajectory. It was something that I felt like my spirit connected with, and the support from the administrators and other students and family was really outstanding, and it really helped to put me on my path as an artist.
Intervisionary across multiple genres. Let's just expound on that a little bit, because normally an artist would go into a specific lane, and everybody says, don't be, master of everything and master of none. How did that transition into other genres of art?
Yeah, I like intervisionary.
Yeah, I like that too.
I say interdisciplinary, but I like intervisionary.
We're gonna use that from now on.
The reason why I went with intervisionary is because coming from the Caribbean, 2 things stood out as you explained your intro. 1, found material, and that's what we use. We have a phrase in Jamaica say, we take we hand on fashion. So you find what you have and you make it into something. So that stuck out with me, and you had to a division. So that's why I kind of intertwined it with the intervisionary, but interdisciplinary.
Yeah.
Explain the transition across the other art forms.
Yeah, so it starts with an idea. So, for instance, if I have an idea, if I'm thinking about going to a particular Caribbean island for research, let's just say Barbados, for instance. One of the things, Barbados had some of the most sugar mills per square mile than any other place in the Caribbean. So knowing this information before I went there, it was like, okay, when I get there, how might I engage with these structures, these relics of slavery, these relics of colonialism? And I chose to primarily do that through video. So I wasn't going to sit there and like do many drawings and things, but like really engage with the space and the objects, like the carcasses of these sugar mills. So I start to make a lot of performance on the ground to channel the energy of the ancestors that were there, that worked, that lived, that died, that played there, as well as thinking about that I also made videos and some performances, live performances for camera. Even though there weren't anyone there, it was like making the performances for camera. How is the spirit moving me to channel the energy here in this space? So that's one example.
I am impressed and not surprised by your awareness of energy and ancestors and the shoulders that we stand on. You know, I was enlightened to read recently that we are more than the shells that we're in. And when you talk about the relics of these, you know, structures that were, or ancestors were, they were mandatorily, you know, had to work there, and you connected with that. That's amazing. Do you feel a drain or an addition to your energy when you experience stuff like this?
Both. It's definitely I think anytime you're doing spirit work,
Big.
it has the potential to drain you. And an example that many people probably could identify with. So if you pray and you pray heavy, if you meditate and you meditate deeply, if you are in an intense study for an exam, you are actively putting energy into something with perhaps most likely with some sort of intention or some sort of desired outcome.
True.
So when you put that energy into it, if you don't come out of that a little bit tired or a little drained, you probably didn't put enough into it.
SQR podcast quote Rosenberg. So we have this phrase, and you know how it goes. When you drop a jewel, when you say something profound, we call it dropping a jewel. That's a massive jewel right there. And the takeaway from that is, don't do anything half-assed.
Right on.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
And as I understand, and we catch up on your journey and you know where you are right now, let's flash back to Art Basel a few years ago. And your piece there was more of a performance piece. Could you share a little bit about that?
Yeah. So my performance at Art Basel was 2 years ago, 2019 was the last performance that I made. And that performance was made with a dear friend of mine who's now in the realm of the ancestors, Marvin Fabian, rest his spirit.
Yeah, let's toast to Marvin, bro.
Absolutely.
Let's toast to Marvin.
Yeah, so that performance was made at the Perez Art Museum, and the performance was called After the Fracture, and it imagined a time in the future when the Caribbean plate, we're talking plate tectonics here now, right? So the Caribbean plate breaks away from the other plates, and it floats out into the new uni ocean, and it rises up out of the water. So all of these Caribbean islands that were once separated by bodies of water are now together on one landmass. So our idea was to kind of imagine a future, like what would that be like? All these new formations of new languages from the mixing and the cultures and the festivals. So we actually brought this idea to life through this performance.
That was amazing, and to sit back and see that, because at the time, and I'll be honest with you, I looked at this like, number one, these fucking guys are nuts. Because it just looked like you guys were just out here. Yeah. But what I sensed was the passion behind it. And, when I talked to my boys and I got feedback from other people who experienced it, they were like, yo, this was deep. They felt the energy. So salute on that. And I appreciate that. So now you've been doing a couple of disciplines. I've done them well. And you've developed into a couple of residency that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the first residency that's here.
Yeah, so right now I'm artist in residence at Brick Lab. So Brick is
Where's that located?
Yeah, so Brick is in Brooklyn. So my studio is in Brooklyn in Dumbo, 20 J Street. So that's where this building is where many of the different residencies through Brick is housed. So this is an 11-month residency. So I'm there really experimenting. I'm working on a few different projects right now and using this time to be able to expand my practice, more space, and being together with my cohort in that space to kind of bounce off of each other and just kind of have that collective creative energy in the space is fantastic.
That's big. 11 months residency. Started in
the end of August.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a few more months left to go.
Quite a few. Yeah.
Nice. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bang out this ALGO-RIDDIM. And that's coming up. And
right
that's
on.
where Dr. Smith's going to come in.
Right on.
And we're going to slice up more about Nyugen Smith, interdisciplinary artist that's blessing SQR podcast right now. SQR Rosenberg. Bomb. SQR podcast, Score Rosenberg, racking it with Nyugen Smith, interdisciplinary, and I just slide on this intervisionary, title to his whole mantra. And Dr. Smith here, as we chopping up, where Nyugen is, and where he's going. And as we were talking about playing, we were talking about how, as adults, we tend to get distracted from playing and having fun to let's work, let's grind, let's do this. Yeah. And I can genuinely tell you, today was a very hectic day for me personally because I had a lot going on. But knowing that I was coming here to do this, every time I thought about it, I was like, it's something to look forward to because I'm literally playing right now.
Right on.
Having fun, my energy is all different. So we were talking about that behind the scenes. And you were saying about having fun with your work.
Yeah.
And playing.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Yeah, so play is, I think that's another way of understanding the world.
Right.
And understanding our lived experience. And offering the opportunity to escape from our regular everyday. And like they say that play is essential for the development of children.
Yeah, right.
And I think that that is one of those things where, just like you said, when we get older, we stop. It's like everything needs to be a little bit more serious. But man, I don't know. I think that people who continue to engage in play as adults, they have, I think they just offer a little bit more in terms of capacity to kind of move through the world in different circles a little bit easier than those who have forgotten how to play.
I think you're right. And, as Squall Rosenberg dropping a jewel on SQR podcast, I want to compliment what you said. When you said play is essential for children, right? It is even more essential for adults. Right. You know what I mean? It's really more essential for adults. Let's get out the head.
Yeah.
Let's go have fun. As you were talking, and I thought to myself, who are people that I really know who have fun that in our society? And I thought about Richard Branson right off the bat. Every time I've seen this guy, either in an interview or what he's doing, he's having a blast.
Yeah.
And look at what he's doing. So I salute you for sharing that. And as we talk, people, when you listen to this podcast, remember, we're here to educate, entertain, and encourage.
That's right.
Think about those things. Apply some of those principles that we're talking about. So now, go ahead.
I'm just to piggyback on what you're saying. So when children are playing, they're creating experiences that aren't necessarily in that physical space that they're in. They're using their minds to create a whole new experience. They're on a ship, and then next thing you know, they're underwater, and what they're doing is they're expanding their capacity to see things from different perspectives and different angles. And think about problem solving and think about creative solutions. When you get older, you can use that same skill set, and then if you're enjoying it, right, you're just like, whatever. If it's a problem, let's go. Let's reimagine it, and then make it reality by reimagining what we want.
That was extremely profound, Dr. Smith, and I probably that's where you got that doctor from, right?
Doctor.
It comes out of you. That was very profound, and we want to definitely expound on that. So as we move on through this journey, Nyugen, and I froze because when I remembered the Miami Art Basel performance, when I saw that, I'm like, you're not even on this earth with the mindset that you had, with the thing that you created, and the way you were presenting it was the play, was the imagination. You transitioned into some music. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Where did that spark come from? Where did that transition into that discipline come from?
Well, that was one of the first creative disciplines that I was really pursuing.
Oh, music.
Yeah, so absolutely first really pursuing music since started in high school. Yeah. And there was another friend of mine that we rapped together, and then when I got to college, it was like, the freedom to be able to then travel for showcases and stay up late in the studio, stay up late writing together, hanging out, freestyling, all those different types of things was like really when I got into it. So had my partner Herschel Jones, who's AKA Black. So it was Black Ness. That was our name back then. Recorded a record that was released and got some like international play and stuff like that, and then I decided to put it to the side for a little bit, But even before that, it was like really thinking a lot about Don and I, Dr. Smith and I, blood brother, So sometimes you gotta make that clear. We were really pursuing this thing, and he's making the tracks, I'm writing, we're recording, sometimes we're producing together, and really pursued it for a little while. Then I decided to put my full energies into the visual art, and I feel like now at this point I've made a name for myself. I'm continuing to grow as an artist, and as an interdisciplinary artist, I wanted to really bring music back at this moment in time.
Right now, share where they could find you, where people can link and see what's going on. Your stuff.
So first of all, my Instagram handle is Bundlehouse, at Bundlehouse, BUNDLEHOUSE. My website is NyugenSmith.com, NYUGENSMITH.com, and the music, the album is called ALGO-RIDDIM, a Bundlehouse Sonic Relief Pack, and you can check it out at ALGO-RIDDIMmusic.com, ALGO-RIDDIMMUSIC.com.
Perfect. Dr. Smith, Blood Brothers.
Yeah.
You've been working on stuff together in the past.
Yep.
COVID hits.
Yep.
Take me from there.
Yeah.
All right. So when COVID hit, it wasn't, nobody knew how long this is going to be, how serious it, what's the, what's the game plan here, right? Everybody was just figuring it out. And I've always been really big on emerging technologies. And one of the things I was playing with for probably about a year before COVID hit was a online recording studio platform where you can literally have your sessions virtually and record and listen to the playback and have conversation almost like the artist is in the booth
in real time.
And I always tinker around with it, play around with it. So when life kind of takes over and it kind of pushes you out of the space of your constant creative process, you every now and then you're jumping in and out.
Yeah.
But as I'm jumping in and out, I'm going back to this platform. I'm creating, and then I'm going back to this platform. And then I sent him a link. I sent Nuge a link. And first I sent him a track, right? And just to rewind a little bit, there was 2 points in my life where I recognized that there should be no point in my life where I'm not making music. where I'm not creating, right?
Whoa. Say that again. At one point in your life.
There are 2 points in my life. I realized there should be no point in my life that I'm not actively making music and creating. And the first time was when I decided I was like, he was a law major, because you grow up in Trinidad, you grow up in the island,
Political science.
He's political science.
Or doctor.
Right. I was I was literally a biology major, and he was political science, because he was going to be the lawyer, and I was the doctor. So from this little, that's what we thought we were.
Yeah.
And so he switched his major sophomore year in college. I'm literally at my I have my ASR 10. That's my it's a keyboard, a synthesizer, also sequencer. So it's 3 a.m., then 4 a.m., then 5 a.m. I wake up with my headphones still on. Got a backwood. I got some Bacardi on this side. I wake up on my machine still playing.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was like, I'm done. Why am I a bio major? Because I'm going to chemistry class in about an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to lab in about an hour. I was doing fine. It wasn't like I wasn't doing well. I was doing fine. But that was it. Yeah, it just drew me. And I still remember the track itself. I know the specific beat that did it.
At
right?
that time.
Yes.
Wow.
And then so fast forward all the way to pre-COVID, about a year or so, I just started to make sure every week I had some time to go play. Put the kids to bed, get everything done, then break out my setup, build everything out, and then rock. You know what I'm saying? Go in. And the one track that gave me that same feeling, there's a feeling you get when you hit that, you make that one beat that just like, damn, this is it. And I named it So Sorry I Left You.
Wow.
And I send it to him. And he recorded on your phone with it in the background. And I was like, there's never been a time where I felt anybody could do what he does with my music.
Okay.
Right? So just the same spirit that I created, that I created that work with, he brought that same spirit with the delivery and the flow and the content. And it was just like, and I named it So Sorry I Left You before I sent it to him. The track is still named So Sorry I Left You on the project. And so at that point, when he sent that to me, just the audio on WhatsApp of him rapping with it in the background, I was like, I put that file right in the digital platform, and I sent it to him, and I was like, and then I just kept feeding him.
And you sent me the microphone.
And then right. I went on Amazon, got the microphone, got the shield, and sent it right to his house.
Get on his.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No,
Let's go.
That was the start.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
No, wow. So I'm reading some incredible books right now, and everything that you've mentioned, from that night in that dorm with falling to right now, it's everything it says. Everything it says. So it's amazing how you guys connected, and the energy that you said he brought unknowingly to that track. Sorry I Left You. By the way, did he know the title of the track when you sent it to him? The title.
Yes. I titled
you could see him.
Yeah. Wow. I have a way to code all the tracks, so so he knew the title.
So that collaboration sparks ALGO-RIDDIM.
Yeah.
SQR podcast, quote Rosenberg. When I come back, we're gonna slice open this cake. We're gonna slice into ALGO-RIDDIM.
Yes, tap
and then
in.
Nyugen and Dr. Smith's gonna bless us with a performance. In Jamaica, we say Acapella. In the US, we say Acapella. Stay tuned. One. Thanks, brother. That was a beautiful.
Yeah.
So now it comes in full circle.
Yes.
It comes in. SQR podcast called Rosenberg. We should always keep the camera going so the mic is high all the time. Because we were chopping up, and Dr. Smith, before we slice into ALGO-RIDDIM, you were sharing, your dabble into production.
Yes.
So you went to a store to buy a mixer because you wanted to be a DJ.
Yep. Thought I wanted to be a DJ. Got home, the mixer that I thought I bought.
Did you buy it on Canal Street in a box?
34th Street. 34th Street. But I should have known when the guy said yes about 15 times. Yes. I should have known that he probably didn't know what this was either.
It wasn't a cat in that box.
Right. Oh, a brick. Right. And then, I just was angry at first about the whole thing. And then got curious as to what it was. Strange buttons on there, a big one too, and then played with that and realized it was recording pieces, these little bite-sized pieces. Then I realized, wait a minute, let me record some drums and then record something over it, put in a tape deck, record that over that, and then now I can actually layer a track.
Amazing.
And then he comes home with a keyboard. He saw what I was doing with the thing. He brought the keyboard, so now I can actually play music, re-record. It literally would take a tape deck, and I was re-recording and sampling, play something over, sample it, layer it, and then end up with the beat.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that was the start.
That start brings us to right where we are right now. ALGO-RIDDIM. When I heard the title, being Jamaican, straight up my alley. When I heard the rhythm, I'm like, yo, this is right up my alley. Yes. ALGO-RIDDIM.
Yeah.
Why the title? Why that title?
Yeah, so the title came, right, we started recording, I don't know, early stages of recording, and I was on the phone with another friend of mine, Kwesi, another artist. He's from Guyana. And, it's one of those things where you keep the Caribbean in your circle, and it continues to kind of fuel the spirit, right? In different ways than your other friends and that kind of thing. Yeah. I'm having a conversation with Kwesi, and we're talking. I'm telling him about the project, and then we start talking about in the internet and the computers and how it's affecting the way people are seeing our art. And then he was like, yeah, the algorithm, blah, 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 and the algorithm, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Which in terms, he meant to say algorithm.
Rhythm,
but Jamaican,
right?
we disrespect certain words.
Right, exactly. So when he said algorithm, and then he said it again, and I was like, that's the name of the album. ALGO-RIDDIM.
Shout out to Kwesi.
Shout out to Kwesi.
Let's go.
Yes, yeah, so, it was that moment, because we had already been talking about the way that the music is it kind of channels certain energies. It taps into, it has a certain kind of codex. It kind of can predict perhaps predict a certain kind of something, so we're really thinking about, and then realize that there's so many connections between the name ALGO-RIDDIM and what the content of the music is about.
All right, so let's guys, make sure we have a good shot on this. We're about to open this box right now and slice through what we have in here.
Yeah.
So ALGO-RIDDIM is the name of the new album.
Yes.
How many tracks?
So there's 14 on the vinyl.
Yes.
And then there's 15 on the digital download. So there's one bonus track on the digital download.
Yes.
All tracks produced by?
No.
Except for two.
Yeah.
2 tracks. Yeah, we have 2 other guest producers on there. MAD, Melvin Andrews.
Goes by Osaka Madison too.
Osaka Madison.
Yourself, Osaka.
And Gemma Weeks.
Okay. Nice. All right, so we have ALGO-RIDDIM, 14 on the vinyl.
Yeah.
And whose idea was it to do vinyl? That's a classic, bro. As a DJ, we love that. But I mean, nobody's doing vinyl that much now.
I gotta be honest with you. Sometimes, like, the way, like, I mean, for our life, we've had ideas that probably we've shared. So the ideas probably been like here somewhere, right? And it's like it's part of the algorithm. It's like it just was a natural. Yes, this has vinyl. Yep, gotta be part of the project.
I love that because I mean our culture now is into disposable stuff, but when you buy a piece of vinyl, something you can hold on to. It makes even when you wanna bing. So I appreciate. Thank you. for bringing vinyl into the whole
yes.
production. What's in here before I open it?
Okay, so in there you have, first of all, we want to say that the entire project is an extension of my creative practice. So it is a work of art in and of itself.
The entire package,
the
as
entire
you can see,
thing.
as you can see.
Right.
We're not even open. I'm not even opening it yet, but you can see.
Yeah.
This is what you get when you buy ALGO-RIDDIM.
Right, exactly. So this Sonic Relief Pack, inside of this you have the vinyl record, which is it has a gatefold, so you open it up. It's a nice spread on the inside. All the photography that has been used in the branding of this was done by another artist, another photographer from the Caribbean, Pascal Bernier. I love to give a toast to Pascal.
As a matter of fact, can we get Nugent? Can we refill Nugent Heineken Bell? You know, there's no way you should be on there without half a limb. You know, they're right here, my friend. Yeah, can you grab me a Heineken for my guest? Continue.
Yeah, so all of the photographs from here that's branding it, this work is from a performance which was done at the Brooklyn Museum at the kickoff for the Caribbean Day Parade.
Oh, nice.
Right? So always kind of, the thing is like to keep central, right? So always bring it back to the core. Thank you, bro. To bring it back to the core. So thinking about the Caribbean, thinking about performance, thinking about reparations. So I have this flag that I'm performing with in this in the photograph here in the performance, and this flag is also in the box set. So it's a 3-color screen printed flag, and this flag is based on the tenets of a speech by Sir Hilary Beckles, who is the Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, and he's on the forefront of the fight for reparations in the Caribbean. Even Black Americans who are also fighting for reparations and bringing this cause forward are consulting with Sir Hilary Beckles, right? So the flag is in there. That's based on the tenets of his speech. There's also what I call a Bundlehouse Relief Pack. And this relief pack is a work of art in itself too. It's an editioned piece, meaning that there's only a certain number of them. Like the album, there's only 550 of these created.
Limited.
Right? Limited edition. After those 550 are done, there won't be any more of these complete box sets. Right? That's it. So in there too is that relief pack, and this relief pack is a work of art that speaks to the idea of delivering aid during time of crisis. So just like we hear like, oh, they're bringing all this food aid, or they're bringing clothing, or they're bringing water to a place during crisis, that relief pack that's inside there is symbolic of that, and it contains certain items that speak to what we might need during a time of crisis.
Wow.
There's also in there a booklet. So going back to the idea of the vinyl taking us back to the past, that experience of listening to a record.
Yes.
We've got the booklet there. So you get that booklet, you open up the booklet, it's got the contributors' bios, it got the lyrics in there so you can read along.
Yes.
It's
got an essay.
That's gone.
Yeah.
That is totally gone.
Like
of your experience.
on my phone, swiping.
Exactly.
I want that in my hand.
I
Googling
remember
lyrics PDF.
Right. When we were talking about that specific aspect, it was the feeling of when you're on the bus. You don't have a Walkman at this time.
True.
All you can do is open up the CD and look and read the lyrics and just imagine what the song's gonna sound like.
Until you get
the producers and the writers.
No, that's
Recreating
major.
that experience.
You're bringing us back to when things were a little bit slower. You know, which brought a little appreciation. So enough talking about. You know, we're gonna crack into this.
Yeah.
We're gonna open this. We're gonna go through this whole package
Right
in
on.
detail. But when we're done and we get to that performance,
Yeah.
I have something special for this plan. So why don't you? I'll allow Doctor. Let me crack this open.
Crack it up. Let's tap
So
in.
the ALGO-RIDDIM.
Yeah.
Wow. Yo, stunning artwork with that photo, my dude. And this is the photographer you mentioned.
Yes, Pascal Bernier.
Pascal.
Yep.
Wow. So why don't we crack into this? So
Yeah.
this is 71 of 550.
Yes.
Only 550 of these boxes are being made.
Yes.
What's the cost of this entire package that I'm getting?
So the entire cost of this limited edition piece is $500.
Nice. Ooh, I love the embossed logo on here.
Thanks.
This is nice. Everything customized. Your signature,
Yeah.
real, no print over.
No, hand signed. Yeah.
Okay, so we go into the ALGO, and this is the
The booklet. that for the user experience, bring us back to those times. It tells us about the project. It tells us about the contributors who are part of the project.
Nice.
It also has an essay in there by Jessica Lin, who's one of the premier art writers of our time right now. We also have the lyrics in there.
Wow. I love the logo.
Thank you.
Whose idea behind that?
Yeah, it's mine. I think I'm a graphic designer,
right.
enthusiast, like, you know.
So this is that thing. That's that flag.
That's the flag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
3-color screen print. Right there.
I still have this in my office.
Right on.
I appreciate getting this.
Yep.
Why don't you share a little bit the meaning behind?
Yeah, so we have on this here, we have the stars that go around. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stars. So there's the 10, what I call the 10 tenets of Sir Hilary Beckel's speech.
Yeah.
And he talks about, within that, he talks about the times, the official times where a case for reparations were brought forward to governments. So going back to the moment that the British were saying that they wanted to end slavery, there was someone there that would said, well, if we're going to end it, then we need to give the formerly enslaved reparations. So that was like the very first recorded proposal for reparations. Okay. And he goes through all of these cases throughout history to bring it to us.
And each star represents
one of those tenets. Yeah. Wow. Yep. And just to also just touch base, like here we have the flag, the mask here that's in the center, and this mask here is a combination of two things. One is a combination of the Luba mask of the Luba people from Africa, the continent of Africa, and then we have the lotus that's on the top here, and the lotus is referencing the Chinese and the Indian populations and what they have contributed in the Caribbean as well.
Because they have contributed a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Indentured servants. I mean, it would have been amazing. So let's continue to go through this. And this is the relief pack we spoke about.
Yep. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Gives you everything you need.
Everything you need.
Wow. Add water and salt. Bang.
Pack of cornmeal in there, right? Because a lot of times when we think about what the food that they bring during crisis, it's like some sort of grain, right? Rice, corn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, this is nice.
This comes with a poster. That's there. So
representing the flag. Oh wow.
Absolutely. Right. So that's part of the performance there when I was performing the flag. Right. So we want to give people, when I say this is a work of art in and of itself, there's other works of art within this piece. Right. So you get this, you got the music, you got the vinyl album, you can frame the flag, you can frame the poster, you can frame the relief pack.
Right.
You know?
I'm getting
Right. And then this is the vinyl. This is what it looks like.
Good. Right. Classic.
Right.
Classic. And what's so funny, with this package, and especially with the wisdom in the package, and when I say wisdom, all the knowledge, from the title to the packaging to the relief pack to the flag, the stars. This is way more than $500.
I'm glad you say that.
No, this is not just a product you're hawking.
Yeah.
For the lack of a better term.
Right.
This is an education opportunity.
Yeah.
Be aware. Be awoke.
Yeah.
Be concerned. Be inspired.
Right.
So this is amazing. Amazing work, bro.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And how long did it take to put this all together?
So we've been working on this. This is we started this in March. We started this in April 2020.
Yes, exactly. Right.
Where can we get this pack?
ALGO-RIDDIMmusic.com.
Say that again, Mayo.
ALGO-RIDDIMmusic.com.
Limited pieces available.
Yep.
Of this. I'm telling you right now, Squirrel Rosenberg, and I'm actually not getting one because this is my guess. I'm buying one because I need this in my life. You know, I want somebody to walk into my apartment and be like, "Yo, dude, what is that?"
Right.
Right on.
Let me listen. Let me educate you, my dude.
Right.
Yep.
You know, let me tell you
Yep.
about the meaning of the stars
Yep.
and the significance of reparation and how many times we have asked for reparation.
Yep.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Yes, and then along with that, you also get a chance to stream the music straight from the website,
Which is ALGO-RIDDIM.com.
right?
ALGO-RIDDIMmusic.com.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah. So with the vinyl, you have the vinyl. I encourage everybody to get a record player
Yeah, please.
to enjoy the vinyl.
Yeah.
And then you also have access to the online content. The behind the scenes. The how this was created, more in depth about information about each piece that's in here, and just a really deeper connection to the work and the artist,
Yeah.
So
No,
so it's
an
a great
experience.
experience. Yes,
It's a beautiful experience.
That's right.
As we get ready to wrap, Nyugen,
Yeah.
I know you just came back from a residency.
Exhibition.
Where was that?
So that was in Mobile, Alabama, at the Alabama Contemporary Art Center. And it's a solo show called Master My Language. And this body of work is literally about, it began with me writing a poem about my disconnect from my Haitian ancestry. And then that evolved into sculptural works, that evolved into video work and more written work. And so this opportunity, and it was curated by a platform, an organization called Dashboard, who has been so pivotal, such a pivotal support in my art practice over the last year and a half. And it's like working with the music, working with language, working with writing, and then now I have the opportunity to have an exhibition that's going back into my writing, about my writing and things like about language, So it's just a beautiful synergy between that exhibition and this in this current time.
Coming from, we're in the Northeast in New York, New Jersey area, going to Mobile, Alabama with that type of production.
Yeah.
How was it received? What was the energy like?
Yeah, so that's a really great question, man. One of the things that really resonated with me and helped me to understand and know that this is a worthwhile thing is when the black people come in and they see it and they experience it and they say, "I feel it." I feel it. I feel it. We have that phrase, "I feel you," and it's not something that you say too lightly.
True.
So when they say, "I feel it," it's almost like, you don't have to say anymore.
Right.
You don't have to say anymore.
Wow. Right. So Alabama went well. What's on the What's on the horizon? What's on the horizon for you now?
Yeah. What's coming up next is Miami Art Week, or otherwise known as Art Basel. So I am part of an online art fair called Prism, PRIZM .art. And they're an art platform specifically geared towards artists from the African diaspora. So we're talking about the continent of Africa, we're talking about the Caribbean, so the diaspora as a whole. So you can either get invited or you can apply. And for this year, they decided they want to stay online because of just safety in terms of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
But what they wanted to do was also expand into the realm of the NFTs.
That's
Right?
huge.
Non-fungible
tokens.
tokens,
Yeah.
right?
Correct. Yep.
And bringing black artists
Into the digital.
right?
Yes.
Exactly. So we instead of me having drawings or paintings this year, I wanted to have the album within the algorithm
Yes.
in a digital
Yes.
Number
Yes.
through the NFT.
Wow.
Right.
Full circle.
So we had this conversation and we thought it was a great fit. So we're offering a limited number of these through the Prism platform. I'm also, I have a solo booth at one of the major art fairs that happened during Art Basel, and that is NADA. So it's a New Art Dealers Alliance.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have a solo booth showing what Sean Horton presents. And it will be a set of my spirit carriers, which are these hanging vessels created from found materials, which are really created with the energy of thinking about a vessel that cares for the spirit of those who were black people who were killed by unarmed police. Right, so these spirit carriers will be floating through the space and will be available for conversation.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. I'm very inspired by what you're doing, and the world, our community, our soul needs what you're bringing in right now, because we tend to get distracted by this dream, and this just brings us back to reality. The fact that you played and enjoyed making this, the fact that there's so much knowledge about the African culture intertwined behind this, the fact that you're standing on shoulders of, and you're recognizing those shoulders.
Absolutely.
I salute you, my dude.
Give thanks.
So, as we get ready to wrap, it's been an honor chopping it up with you. Nyugen Smith, Intervisionary. I just gave you that right now.
Yes, it would take
right
it.
I'm putting that on my statement.
That's right. That's right. That's dope. That's just dope.
No doubt.
Once again, Dr. Smith, thank you for sharing your journey and how your growth came and melded in to make this what it is.
Absolutely.
And as we get ready to close, please, could you share where could they get the ALGO-RIDDIM Care Pack?
So you can get the ALGO-RIDDIM Bundlehouse Sonic Relief Pack on ALGO-RIDDIMmusic.com. ALGO-RIDDIMmusic.com.
And you can also go to ALGO-RIDDIM.com, stream it.
ALGO-RIDDIMmusic.com and stream it. That's right.
ALGO-RIDDIMmusic.com.
That's right.
Stream.
Yeah.
Pick up the pack.
Yes.
And continue to support Nyugen Smith. You're definitely on a beautiful path.
Give thanks,
an
bro.
enlightening path.
Thank you.
Let you know, myself and the entire SQR team is behind you. Anything you need to do, anywhere you want to go, we're gonna bring the whole movement behind you. And as we get ready to close, guys, you know how we wrap the show. We give our guests the opportunity to close with 2 wishes. I'm the magic genie, and if it's one guest, I give them 2 wishes. Both of you, I'm gonna give you 1 wish each. The only caveat is you can't wish for 2 more wishes. I know I'm sitting at a table with creative Caribbean guys, so I'm gonna throw that in here. You can't.
They're gonna solve that problem right away.
You get 100 more money. So with that said, and I'll start with Dr. Smith. I give you the magic wand. You're able to anything you want. What would that be?
For us to come together as one nation, as one people, for us to rely on each other.
You say us, who you talking
about? I'm talking about the diaspora, the scattered, the people who've been downtrodden, who've been on the tail end of this oppression worldwide, to come together as one people, regardless of language, regardless of differences. We need to come together as one people. That's my wish.
Bomb. Mr. Smith, Nyugen Smith.
Nyugen. You putting the T on
no
there.
T.
remember when you add in the Jamaican influence. Nyugen.
You're absolutely right about that.
So Mr. Nyugen Smith.
Wow. 1 wish. Now, I can't use the same wish I used last time, right?
No, you can't. No, sir.
Then he actually gets 3 wishes. So we just gotta come back to get another one.
Yo, so my wish. My wish is for. Oh man. I'll go with this one that's on the top of mind right now. My wish is for those who are really seeking that thing that fulfills them, that they find it. Because there's nothing like finding that thing in life that fulfills you, that makes you want to get up every day, face the world, and find that thing that truly truly moves you, truly inspires you.
Wow. No more words after that. SQR podcast, Go Rosenberg, Nyugen Smith, Dr.
Smith.
I paused at the doctor because I was gonna give you a name too. Doctor producer, luck of the draw, one of those things. But Dr. Smith, and the presentation of the Bundlehouse ALGO-RIDDIM Bundlehouse music pack, which an investment in this is an investment in the entire movement of what we're doing here. And I salute you. Creativity, great product, and the music. Stay tuned. He's up next. Performance. Score Rosenberg. ALGO-RIDDIM. Get it. 1. This is perfect. This is perfect.
My name is Nyugen Smith, aka Bundlehouse, aka NES, aka Super NES. And dropping a little something here for SQR podcast, Acapella style, from the album ALGO-RIDDIM, a Bundlehouse Sonic Relief Pack. I'm trying to keep the body live and mind occupied, trying to fight the urge to flip across the borderline. Thought about it about 1,000 times. Tell the warriors to hold the line, I'll be fine. Maybe I should build a shrine somewhere down the line. Call up David A and we could talk about design. Apologies to angels watching working overtime. Can't promise this will be the last shift. You know that I'm struggling. I know the lies and all that they believe in. I'd be a fool to ever want to leave Eden. So if you're looking for me, you could call my name. I'll be jumping off a waterfall in paradise again. How you feeling? Feeling okay? How you feeling? Feeling all right? How you feeling? Feeling okay? How you feeling? Feeling all right? Sometimes it's kind of hard to not let the seasons them come and change you. Rubik's rearrange you, or run from the danger. I know, but then again, sometimes you gotta choose, the story of this new epic. Can't see the enemy, so how can you catch it? Mask on, splash on, antiseptic. Step into the world, what do you hold to be protected? I'm blessed now from my crown down, is that enough? When PIGs bust a loud round, ain't they tough? My grandmama prayed for me, is that enough? When they got their knee on me, nah, I had enough. I had enough. I had enough. Creativity from my nativity, birth. Early rise are known to put in that work. Backwash, you could never quench that thirst. Hogwash, don't believe in the media. They have you thinking that you don't got no power. Flood the room with light, drown him in your sun shower. Yes, I can see the trouble that lies ahead. Bless I before my body rise up from bed. We see through walls, future infrared. Hope you overstanding what I said. Pack light, no need for that heavy load. Where we going, everybody shed their burdens. So I know you don't know me well, but I'm sent to the rescue. I know you don't know me well, but I'm sent to the rescue. If you don't got a plug with the high, most divine, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. And don't know how to love. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. If you don't got a plug with the high, most divine, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. And don't know how to love. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Check it out, ALGO-RIDDIMmusic.com, and get your Bundlehouse, get your ALGO-RIDDIM Bundlehouse Sonic Relief Pack. Peace.